Um, were you able to maintain the Filipino culture, like language?
Yeah, Filipino customs is still practiced in my house because my husband and I use Filipino language. That's my kids speak English, but they also know how to speak the Filipino language. We speak Filipino in our home. And my kids, I enrolled them in an immersion program in their school and in their after-school program. Their after-school program is really a Filipino after-school program. They are taught there how to speak the language, how to do the Filipino customs and traditions. They have their festivals and celebrations that is similar from my country. And they have this Filipino bilingual classes that they take in their school. I enroll them in that. So every day they have a 1 hour and a half class that they are not just taught the language, but they are also taught the culture and things like that. And also my kids, I taught them also that when in our home, when I am talking to them in my language, I don't answer them if they talk in English. So if I talk them in my language, they have to make sure that they talk in also in my language. It doesn't matter that they cannot say it fluently as long as I want to, because that's our goal while we enroll them in the immersion program. Food, we always cook Filipino food. We love eating that, and it's easy to get to have access to Filipino food, especially now in Daly City. A lot of places there where you can find and get Filipino food.
What difficulty did you face to maintain your culture? No.
No, because most of my friends also are Filipino, and I have some family members here who are, when we celebrate festivals or events, we usually maintain the Filipino culture, so no problem.
So did you maintain the connection with the Filipino?
Yeah, in the Philippines, yeah. I usually make it a point to call my sister who is still in the Philippines, and then we send them some things here from United States, and then we do Skype, and then I still have some cousins and relatives in the Philippines, and we were able to, after I came here, because I had the surgery, I was not able to go there in my country to return for a visit. But when my spine surgeon allowed me that I can travel by plane, because it's a 16 to 18 hours flight, we were able to go there 2010. 2010. We went there December together with my kids. We were able to meet some of my family members, and they were able to see how the Philippines is and what they can be able to enjoy there.
Do you have any homesickness?
Not really, because I have my family members over here. I call them over the phone, and then, but the homesickness that I have is, the drawback is, even though most of my family members are here, we seldom see each other because they are on the other side of the United States. Even we have, say for example, celebrations, not everybody can come because of the work schedule. Sometimes they can take vacation from their work. That's the hardest part in United States. Even though you are all here, but if you live far away, we only see each other during times that there is some celebration, like most of the time when there's somebody dying, so everyone comes, or there's a big party celebration, but not everyone comes. That's the homesicknesses that I do.
What would you miss the most about the Philippines?
What I miss about in the Philippines is maybe the close family ties that
The relationship.
the relationship, and anytime that you need somebody, they are always there. Just like you, Chinese people are very, very closely knit family. If you need something from your family members, they are always there. But over here, you are on your own, especially if you are alone and no one is with you. It's the only thing.
Do you plan to return, or do you want, or you will settle in the
In United
America?
States, my husband and I has this plan that when both of us retire, we will retire in the Philippines. But we will still keep coming back here because especially if you are American citizens, you are obliged to come back once in a while. And also the drawback is in my country, it's not like here that we always have health insurance. That's the thing. So maybe we still come back, but my kids, it depends on them. If they want to stay here in the United States, so they can choose. But me and my husband already decided that when we retire, we will retire in my country and stay there for good.
Did you notice a difference of the personality between the Filipino American or and the Filipino immigrants?
Yeah, there's a big difference. Filipino Americans are more on the western side. They are more modern, they are more liberated, they usually practice how Americans live. Filipino immigrants, especially those that just came from the Philippines, they are quite different because they still embracing the culture back in my country, especially the children, especially those children or those kids that come here in the country almost teenager. Usually they experience culture shock because they see, oh, it's the way they act, the way they see them, the way they they see those kids. Sometimes they say why it is like that, and sometimes it's very hard for them to perceive. But it also depends on how their families will raise them. And basically, I don't see that the Filipino Americans, there are a lot of Filipino Americans who really wanted to embrace the culture because over here there are a lot of Filipino Americans that wants to learn where they came from, and those Filipino immigrants that just come from my country wanted to learn what it is here in the United
I
States.
see. Do you feel as Filipino in the United States are the same as they are in the Philippines?
Yeah. If maybe if the way they are raised by their family members is they are still embracing the culture of the Filipinos, yeah, they are just the same as what we are in the Philippines.
So since you're living in the daily city, do do you also live with a lot of the Filipinos neighbors?
Yeah, there's a lot of Filipino, especially in my neighborhood. Most of them are Filipino. The one that is really close to me is Filipino. They are Filipino family. Also came from my province. And I have a lot of friends also who are Filipino. And my husband also, he has a lot of Filipino friends.
I see.
Mhm.